is your new world champion. Here is how everyone at Extreme Couture knew it was going to happen. What's up, guys? We have a big show for you tonight. It's a little later than normal. Big show, travel show. I'm out here cornering in Oregon. We pop out in a couple hours. We're driving straight to Portland. We're getting on an airplane. We're going back to Vegas, popping back to Extreme Couture. We'll be in practice on Monday. You know what I'm saying? So we have a very, very big show for you tonight. My name is King David MMA. I'm your host for the evening. I'm a professional MMA champion, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and I coach at Extreme Couture, where Strickland trains at. What's up, everyone? We got John Hogan in the chat. What's up, John? Good to see you on the stream. We freaking did it. Sean Strickland shocked the world, and everyone at Extreme Couture knew it, especially anyone who was around pro practice when Khamzat Chimaev was in there. So some guy saw a post recently from a former training partner of ours at Extreme Couture, and he posted that he saw Khamzat choke Strickland 4 times. That guy's a defector, okay? So he's mad. So that's why he posted that, right? But everybody that was there all had the same story. It was all the same thing. Khamzat couldn't keep up with Strickland. Even though Khamzat was able to choke Strickland in positional sparring, where he started on Strickland's back, when it was actually live rounds, Strickland wanted more rounds and Khamzat didn't want the rounds. Whether he said that was because he was fighting Gilbert Burns and he wanted a smaller guy to simulate Gilbert or whatever. He didn't want the full 5 rounds with Strickland. So they were both posting, tweeting, going on video, saying different stories. But only one of the stories was true. Someone was lying. And everyone at Extreme knew who that was. We all knew what went down. So we were able to predict the future and tell you guys what was going on. Strickland's coach, Jason Manley, literally made a bet that he would get the freaking Dagestani Chechnyan Muslim kind of like shave his mustache and just have the beard. And he bet one of Khamzat's guys that guy's got to shave his head. So somebody's getting their head shaved tonight. Okay. But that's how confident everybody was. A lot of people I know made bank tonight. Everybody was betting on Strickland. The whole freaking gym, guys. Everybody. I was on a podcast. I was screaming it from the rooftops. You guys saw me on these lives telling you, listen, man, I've never seen Strickland duck rounds. Khamzat didn't do all the rounds. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, it was positional sparring. When Khamzat's bragging about choking him, Khamzat had started on his back with a body lock, because that's what we do at Extreme. I was trying to give everybody the fucking inside scoop without just fucking laying it out. So anyways, moving forward. Strickland looked fucking great. Holy shit, man. That was crazy, especially getting on top of Khamzat. Dude, you know how bad of a motherfucker you got to be to stuff that dude and fucking get on top? Let's fucking go, man. I'm happy for the guy. And he was training with Johnny Eblin, who their rounds were fucking brutal. Brutal, man. I would be at the gym watching that shit. Like, dude, I'm watching a fucking pay-per-view in person. I had my buddy, he owns Fight Circus. Shout out to Fight Circus. Make sure you follow Fight Circus at Fight Circus on Instagram. And he's like, dude, what the fuck? Because when you see it up close, like you are standing, there's like a cage between you and 2 dudes that are going at it 100%. It's gnarly in person. And those are the types of rounds that Strickland was getting in, right? He was getting in 5 5s like that a day and then grappling on top of it. And dude, it just like the guy's work schedule is brutal. The other thing that a lot of people don't recognize about Strickland is that they give you the UFC, and they've partnered with like this mouthpiece company. They give you these mouthpieces that track how hard you've been hit in sparring. Sean Strickland spars the most. He spars more than anybody on the roster, and he gets hit the least. Let me say that again. He spars the most out of anybody on the roster, and he gets hit the least. That's an incredible fucking stat. I've sparred the guy. It's not fun. He's very hard to hit. Very hard to hit. Very hard to hit. And listen, guys, he spars everybody. He spars Alex Pereira. He spars Francis Ngannou. He brought in Johnny Eblin to get dog rounds every day just so he had extra work with a fucking high level wrestler. He's got Alex Polizzi in there wrestling with him every fucking day. Everybody at the gym saw that. Everybody at the gym saw the rounds between him and Hamzat and what actually went down. Man, I'm fucking thrilled. Everybody made fucking money. Everybody bet the underdog Strickland, and here we are. Strickland brought the fucking belt home to America. He brought it home to Extreme Couture. So that is, and then I thought he was gonna hit him with I apologize to absolutely nobody. He actually apologized. Right? So he apologized to everybody. He was like, hey man, I went a little too far. Right. And so I made a live called Sean Strickland Crashes Out because I felt like they were kind of crashing out, right? When you start talking about gun, like all that stuff, that now we're getting a little wild, right? But at the same time, listen, guys, what one thing that I think is known in the MMA community that may not be known to the general public, and this is not indicative of everyone from Chechnya, but the Chechnyan dudes that happen to fight MMA that hang out with like some of them boys are wild dudes, wild like. So when Strickland's like, "Hey man, this dude might have his dudes jump me," Strickland had like a legitimate concern because those dudes are, from every indication that one would have, those dudes are kind of like that. They're like wild, violent, crazy dudes from a country that does not have the same legal system that we do. So they are living in a different reality their entire life, and then they come over here, and then they still bring that with them, right? So Strickland was justified in being worried about getting jumped, and we're in a different country where you can like stand your ground, right? So yeah, I thought that was like getting into an area that we probably don't want to get into. So I thought it was good that Strickland apologized. I thought that was like a big move on his part because it's one thing to promote the fight, it's one thing to call a dude names, it's another thing to talk about like murking a guy, right? And so, so I don't want to see anything happen like a rapper beef. And that's why I didn't even talk about it in this regard until after, because I was concerned it was going to be like a Tupac Biggie thing where they're like beefing with each other and like something might pop off in the street. So I'm glad that didn't happen. And I thought it was very, very big of Strickland to apologize and kind of like, we got enough crazy shit going on in the country right now. We got enough crazy shit going on worldwide for him to kind of like bring the tone down, simmer it down. I thought that was dope. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Coach Eric. Burn the boats. This is a Coach Eric Nixick shirt. And we have a philosophy at Extreme Couture. Eric says, burn the boats. And what that means is if you are at war and you take your ships to another island and you might be outnumbered, they might have a cool army with a bunch of like weapons or whatever. It's like, hey, if you want to take the island, burn the boats because then you have to win. If you burn your own boats and there's no way to retreat, you have to take the island. And that's the philosophy of the gym, right? So yeah, I'm fucking thrilled right now. I'm happy for Strickland. Shout out to Sean Strickland. He fucking did to everybody outside of the gym, the unthinkable. He did what a lot of people said was impossible. He beat the boogeyman. He looked the boogeyman dead in the face, went toe to toe and did the man dance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm thrilled about that. In other news, they dropped the UFO shit. They say that they got actual aliens apparently. I haven't been able to look too deep into the UFO stuff, even though I'm like a UFO head, because I was also out here in Oregon cornering, and anytime you're cornering, the focus is on the fighter, right? You can't be over here focused on yourself. So well, we had some fights tonight here. We had some fights in the UFC. Extreme Couture is all around the world at all times. And I'm just happy that Jason Manley, Strickland's coach, doesn't have to get that mustache and that beard looking ass fucking mustache, non-mustache cut. What do you even call that cut? The beard only? The beard only? Is that what we're going to call it? So he won the bet. Everybody else that I know that bet, and I was on a podcast, right? So I was on this podcast. There was two different podcast hosts and another podcast. It was like a combination of two podcasts in one. And the two dudes who didn't fight, they picked Hamzat. And it was me and my teammate Justin James, who coaches wrestling at Extreme Couture. Fought in the UFC, had like, I don't know, fucking 40, 50 amateur fights, has like 30 pro fights. Dude's a fucking G. He and I both picked Strickland, and then we had the two dudes who are MMA fans and podcasters picking Hamzat. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm trying to tell you what's going to happen. And I get that people always pick their teammates. This one, I was trying to drop a little bit more info. I was trying to give people a little bit more breadcrumbs because there was some strong evidence based on the training that happened at Extreme and then the lack of training that continued to happen as to what was going to happen in this fight. And if anybody was going to beat Hamzat, it was Strickland. And based on what the team had seen, what happened when they trained together, we had a little bit of head start in picking that one. So anyways, guys, let me see if I can read the chat. I got a fucking iPhone and a curtain behind me. Let me see what I can see right here. Let me go to the top chat. How the fuck do I work this thing? I don't know how to work this shit. We come live chat. Remember. Anyways, guys, if you want to learn how to strangle people, I got you. If you want to learn how to operate a chat on a YouTube live, I'm not your guy. Okay. Where's Felony Charles Bennett when I need him, man? He's usually my tech support. You know what I'm saying? He is my tech support. So, anyways, guys, also in other news, Josh Hokett called everybody out. And he said that he had more material. They pulled him off stage and they ended the press conference. He had more material. Dana White said that Hamzat looked bad potentially because of the weight cut. I think Hamzat looked bad because Sean Strickland beat his ass. That's what I think. Hot take. And let me caveat that with like they kind of were beating each other's ass for a lot of the fight. That was a gnarly ass fight. Guys, if you've never done it before, go train, get prepared. Even if you train for like 6 months just to have one like amateur like smoker fight, do it. It'll fucking change your life. It'll give you a perspective on life that you've never had. And having to push through and deal with gnarly shit and like that the shit gets sketchy as fuck. Fighting is so sketchy, man. It's the sketchiest sport in the world. I mean, okay, we were watching bull riding earlier. That's pretty sketchy too. I don't know what I guess what the difference is like against a bull. Yeah, no, against a bull, bro. If you want to hop on the stream, you can. I'm not, you know what I'm saying. If you got a hot take, drop a hot take, bro. But without the slave. Well, yo, hey, so I'm gonna help my boy out right now, but the last thing I'm gonna say is that bull riding is sketchy as fuck, and I think the distinction between bull riding and MMA fighting is that when you go fight another man, you're like, I could beat this motherfucker. When you go in there with a bull, you know better. So, anyways, guys, that's the live. We're driving literally to the airport, which is like 2.5 miles away, 2.5 hours away, 3 hours away right now. So we're gonna get highly caffeinated, drive all night, get to the airport, hop on the flight. The flight leaves at 5:50 a.m. That's when it boards. It leaves at 6 or something, right? And then we're gonna be back in Vegas. I might pop in. I might go straight to Extreme Couture. I might go to 50-50 Jiu-Jitsu. No telling what I might do because I get down like that, guys. Anyways, I love you. If you're a real one, subscribe. Get yourself a real one shirt. Tap the notification bell because we go live at different times, but I do go live every day. No matter how much fucking crazy shit goes on in a day, I've committed to myself to go live. And if you commit to yourself and you honor your commitments, then you trust yourself. And that's a good feeling. Anyways, guys, I love you. And I will peep the chat as soon as I figure out how to work this. And I will go back and look at the live chat and I'll try and holler at you guys if I can. All right, guys.